It's the middle of a brutal summer in Houston, Texas, the kind of heat that makes the sidewalk feel like a frying pan. Down in the basement of some run-down apartment complex, tucked inside a crack in a crumbling wall, there's a tough little capsule called an ootheca. You've been cooking inside that thing for weeks. And now, finally, you're tearing through the membrane and pushing your way out into the world. The first thing you notice? Your siblings are hatching right alongside you. Everybody's in the capsule going, yo. How do we even get out of this thing? When suddenly, the top of the ootheca splits along a weak seam, like it was built to do that on purpose, and you just throw yourself out into the open. One by one, the rest of your brothers and sisters follow. And the second everyone's out, everybody scatters. No goodbyes, no group hug, just gone. Right now, you're basically all white, soft-shelled, defenseless as it gets. Within a few hours, that's about to flip completely. You'll harden up and darken out, but until then, you're not going anywhere. You stay frozen in that crack because stepping outside right now would be suicide. You are, and I mean this with zero exaggeration, the softest, most vulnerable little clown in the building. A few hours pass. Your shell hardens. Your color shifts from ghost white to a warm light brown. And the second the transformation locks in, you feel it, you're starving. Life's complicated like that. Your brain has exactly one job right now. Find food, and don't die doing it. So you head out. Antennae working overtime, picking up every scent and vibration in the air. You follow a trail of smell straight to a garbage bag somebody left by the basement door, with watermelon rinds spilling out the side. Perfect timing, it's literally watermelon season. You eat like a king tonight. The first few days of your life are basically just this. Find food, learn the terrain, repeat, then one day your body starts feeling weirdly tight, like you're wearing clothes 2 sizes too small. Time to molt. You dash back into your crack and hunker down, because for the next few hours, moving is not an option. And of course, because the universe has a sense of humor, danger shows up right when you're least able to do anything about it. A spider parks itself right outside your crack, just watching, waiting. If that thing gets inside before you can move, you're finished right as it's about to lunge. Footsteps shake the floor, and the whole basement floods with light. The building super, Mr. Ramirez, just walked downstairs. The spider bails immediately. Turns out in nature, teeth, claws, venom, talons, none of that matters as much as pure dumb luck. Luck might be the best defense mechanism there is. Your molt finishes, but your new shell needs time to harden. 4 hours later, you're back in business, fresh exoskeleton and all. As the days go by, you start memorizing every inch of that basement, where the water drips, where the food shows up, where to hide when things get dicey. But you're also growing. And growing means the basement stops being enough. You need more fuel than the scraps down here can give you. So you decide to go upstairs. You slip through the gap under the basement door, and suddenly you're in the apartment stairwell, open, bright, and honestly, not safe at all. Worse, it's unknown territory. No idea where the food is, where the water is, nothing. Then your antennae pick something up. Food, somewhere close. You rush toward the smell, but every door, every window, everything's sealed shut. They even stuffed foam strips under the doors just to keep clowns like you out, but giving up isn't in your DNA. You retreat back to the basement and check, does that smell reach down here too? Barely, but yes. You trace it through the pipes and end up somewhere genuinely bizarre, a sink drain. Past the cabinet, past the plumbing, you pop out and boom, you're in the kitchen. And the food up here? Incredible. You start sprinting toward it when a kid's scream freezes you mid-step. You don't have ears, but the tiny hairs on your legs pick up air vibrations like a built-in alarm system. Mr. Ramirez and his wife, Carol, come running with a slipper raised, trying to end you right there. You bolt. The drain's your exit, but the path's blocked. Jumping off the counter isn't an option. Either these people will crush you flat. So you dive behind the fridge instead. Bad move, the fridge starts moving. These people are not letting this go. The same appliance that saved your life yesterday is now trying to kill you today. You slip out from behind it, rocket straight into the drain, and drop back down into the basement. You just survived a near-death experience, and you're still hungry. Rough spot to be in, honestly, but not unsurvivable. You leave the basement again, this time through a gap leading outside to the backyard, and start feeding on plants and organic debris out there. Sounds better, right? Endless food supply, fresh air? Nope. Out here, everything that moves wants to eat you. Weeks pass like this, hiding in gaps, grabbing quick meals, drinking water, molting a few more times along the way. 8 months in, you finish your final molt. You're no longer a nymph, you're a full-grown adult now. That whole process was brutal, but you made it. Congratulations. The hard part's over. The harder part starts now. And hard times need tough people, or, well, tough roaches. So this stretch right here, the jump from molting nymph to full adult, this is basically your prime. Before we get into you causing absolute chaos in people's homes with your fully grown, glossy self, drop a comment with which animal you want covered next, and hey, since we're paused anyway, every video I make, research, script, art, voiceover, editing, all of it, I do solo. Takes a lot of work. If you are enjoying this, a like goes a long way. Now let's talk about what your prime actually looks like. By the way, the species we're talking about here is the one basically everybody's run into, the American cockroach. Speed and reflexes, this part's genuinely wild. At your fastest, you can hit about 3 miles per hour on flat ground. Sounds small, but for a bug, that's insane. Here's why. You're about 2 inches long, and your top speed works out to roughly 50 body lengths per second. Scale that up to a human and you're talking speeds around 120 miles per hour. Usain Bolt, in comparison, only manages about 5 body lengths per second. So yeah, you're fast. Stupid fast. And your reflexes back it up. You can detect airflow changes behind you and launch an escape response in about 30 milliseconds. Your wings are fully developed by now to you can glide, and in warm weather, take short flights. Most people have no idea roaches can even do that. Then there's your antennae to independently moving sensors that read scent, touch, air currents. Basically your entire GPS and radar system rolled into one. Now for the fun facts. Number 1, your body is stupidly hard to kill. Lose a leg? You keep living. Lose it while you're still a young nymph? You can actually regrow part of it during future molts. You can survive roughly a month without food. But water's the real deal breaker. Go without it for a few days to a week. And that's what actually gets you. Number 2, you can flatten your entire body and squeeze through gaps just a few millimeters wide. That's exactly why people go. We sealed every door and window. How is this thing still in here? Number 3, you're actually pretty clean, personally speaking. You're constantly grooming your antennae and legs. But clean is relative because you spend your life crawling through sewers, dumpsters, and grimy corners. You end up as a walking transport system for bacteria. Then you casually stroll across kitchen counters and food. Not great for the humans involved. Worth being careful about. Number 4, no bones. Your exoskeleton does double duty, protection and movement, all in one. Number 5, you're an elite climber. Glass, smooth walls, doesn't matter. You're going up it like it's nothing. Number 6, you're not exactly a colony animal. But you do cluster with other roaches in the same safe zones, basements, sewers, dumpsters, anywhere with food, water, and cover. Number 7, kind of a follow-up to number 1. You can survive without your head. For about a week, actually. Sounds impossible, but your open circulatory system means you don't bleed out, and breathing doesn't require a head either. Eventually, dehydration is what gets you, not the missing head. So basically, if you could drink, eat, and move around normally, you just keep going. Last one, radiation. There's a whole myth that cockroaches would survive a nuclear apocalypse. Partially true. You can withstand radiation doses 6 to 15 times higher than what would kill a human, mostly because your cells don't divide as rapidly as ours do. But let's be real, the heat, the shockwave, and the radiation from an actual nuclear blast would still take you out. Sorry to burst that bubble. Anyway, back to the story. Riding high off finally being an adult, you start feeling urges you never felt as a nymph. Suddenly finding a mate and keeping the species going becomes priority number one. You hit the road. This basement's yours, that kitchen's yours, sewers, backyards, dumpsters, every filthy corner of the neighborhood. You're checking it all. And then, finally, you catch a chemical smell drifting up from below. A pheromone. Coming from the sewer line, you drop down immediately and track it straight to her, a full-grown female roach, primed and ready to keep the species going. You teleport over, well, roach speed over, and start throwing out every courtship move in the book. She's not exactly playing hard to get either, and she responds. Once the deed's done, you both just go your separate ways. No drama, no follow-up texts. In the coming days, she's going to lay somewhere between 14 and 16 eggs inside another one of those tough ootheca capsules, same kind you hatched from. She'll carry it around on the tip of her abdomen for a day or two while she scouts a safe spot. Sometimes people can actually spot the capsule hanging off her from the outside. Eventually, she tucks it into a crack, a gap in the wall, somewhere damp and protected. 6 to 8 weeks later, a whole new generation's coming into the world. Here's the wild part: if she wants, she can store the sperm she got from you in a special organ called a spermatheca, and use it later to produce more ootheca without ever mating again. One encounter, multiple generations down the line. Efficient, if a little unromantic. Once you two part ways, life goes back to the grind: food runs, water runs, night missions, and now mating on top of it all. That becomes your new normal. And just like that, you hit a year and a half old. You've still got about 6 months ahead of you. More mating, more meals, more close calls, more chaos. Big adventures still waiting. And you? You're built for every single one of them.